ladies and gents, so I'm back with the second Season 8 video. This time I'm going to be looking at pretty much everything else in Season 8. Before we get into the video though, hit that subscribe button if you want to be kept up to date with the latest and greatest of Conquerors Blade. So I'm going to be starting off with the world map and looking at the new region. This is the new region, this is Lingtong, and this is where everybody's going to be starting in this season. We are then going to move over to Liangyang and Maoyang, and then eventually the Borderlands. The main two capitals of the season are going to be Anliang and Daichang. We are not going to be able to fight for Haojing, which is the new capital this season. The main capitals, like I said, are going to be Anliang and Daichang. They will open up at a certain point during the season, which is detailed in the campaigns. Right now, these dates aren't correct though, so take away from this that these dates will be changing. But as we get through the season, stuff will open up, and eventually we'll be fighting for Anliang and for Daichang. They are going to be the two main capitals. Looking at the battle pass, nothing really has changed here other than the UI. There are every single level up to level 100 with the premium battle pass, you will be getting a reward. Every 2 levels with the free one, you'll be getting a reward. Once you get to level 100, this is the armor you're going to be getting, which let's just cancel off because I've already got it, which is pretty cool. Quite like that. That's alright. The level 1 armor is actually my favourite. I much prefer this one. I think that one is looking really cool this season. And as always, we'll get a couple of emotes and stuff as we're going through the season, and we'll be getting loads and loads of different rewards, especially if you've got the premium battle pass as well. Not much change there. The weekly challenges, again, the UI has kind of been improved. We've got 12 weeks of challenges, 10 weeks on here, but I'm pretty sure someone said 12 weeks in total. So the season is looking like it's going to be about 3 months long again, which is about right. That will take us up to Halloweenish, so around Halloween time I think the season will be ending. Season challenges, again the UI has been kind of improved a little bit, but it's kind of the same way it works. So we'll have to unlock the Conquerors monks first, that's the tier 3 unit, moving into the Grey Hair Garrison, which is the tier 4 unit, and then going over to the Modal Battalion, which is now a tier 5 unit, which I will explain a little bit more in detail in just a second. Conquerors monks are looking like quite a good anti-cav unit, which has a health leech and has a few quite unique abilities as well, such as their whirlwind strike and stuff like that. These guys have a fairly low kind of damage output, but because it's blunt damage, I think they are going to be doing quite a bit of damage against stuff, because not a lot of things have blunt armor protection. The Grey Hair Garrison, this is probably the most intriguing unit of the season. These guys have 24 people or 24 dudes in their unit and 8, so they are split into 3 groups of 8, and each 8 has a different weapon. One has a short sword and shield, one has a polearm, and one has a long sword. Each one has different effects in battle, each one will have its own strengths and weaknesses. We cannot change their weapons, we cannot change actually what weapons or anything they use, they will come like that. We can change their formations, but in certain formations their attacks and defense are actually a little bit weaker when using their skill, which their main skill is Last Stand. Last Stand makes sure that, or gives them a big old buff in terms of damage and health leech after they lose, or after they go under 40% of their health, which is quite intriguing. I will go into the stats and everything a little bit more, but the Modal Battalion are now a tier 5 unit. From the sounds of it, these guys were originally planned as a tier 4 unit, however when they were put into the game they totally overperformed as a tier 4 unit and have now been upgraded to a tier 5 unit. Because of that, I believe the amount of challenges or the challenge pages you're going to have to do for these guys is going to be increased by probably 2 pages, I reckon. So don't think that these guys are going to be easy to unlock. While we're on this page, obviously you can do all the pike and stuff grinding as well. If you want to see the pike in more detail, go and actually check my pike video, which should be out now as well. Switching seasons. Now, we're pretty sure, no one's kind of cleared this up, but we're pretty sure every prior season will now have a reduced challenge difficulty. So you are going to be able to unlock stuff from every single previous season a lot easier nowadays. I would solely focus, if you are looking at doing this, on Season 3 to begin with. Season 3 was incredible in terms of the units. Definitely get that one done. Then I would probably suggest Season 5, and then kind of just go from there, do whatever you fancy after that. Season 3 to Season 5, and then probably Season 7 actually I would go if you are looking at doing it that way. Staying on the units though, I just want to show you these stats of these guys very quickly. So 24 dudes in this unit. Going into their variancy, we can't actually see the effects or anything yet because they haven't actually been made. The health is pretty decent for the modals. Their attack is insane, their defense is insane. These guys are going to be very tanky, but also very damaging. They have quite a few unique skills as well, a couple of different formations and a couple of different traits. Nothing too special that I'm going to go into, which you won't be able to on Thursday. Looking at the Grey Hair Garrison, these guys are by far the most interesting looking unit. So I just want to kind of show you the Grizzled Veterans. So those are all the different weapons they are going to be coming with and what they're going to be doing as well. It's going to be intriguing to actually see how these guys properly play. I'm very intrigued to see how these guys actually work out and actually how well they work as well. Quite intrigued. Last Stand is their main skill, and Last Stand is, like I said, where they actually find that last little bit of strength within them to actually start fighting, and it increases their life leech, their attack and everything like that. Looking down at the Cudgel monks as well, so these guys also have the Swamp ability, which is the anti-cav ability. They also have a life leech ability as well, which is buffed further by the last node on their unit tree, and they've got kind of a bit of a jumpy attack as well, which is quite fun. Going into the rune system, which I know a lot of people are interested about. The runes have had a bit of a rework. There are some runes that are kept from Season 7, however there is a lot of new runes. Before I actually go into them and show them though, we are actually able to equip more this season. So last season we could equip them to the weapon, the helm and the armour. That was it, that's where it stopped. We can now equip them to the boots and the braces as well, giving us another possible 6 runes that we can use, which is quite nice. All the runes are broken down into powers again, so obviously the higher the power cost of the rune, the more beneficial the rune. They are broken down into weapon ones again, common ones. I'm going to scroll through this very slowly just so you can properly read everything here. Again, not everything here is final, so some of these may change slightly to when the season actually releases properly on Thursday, so just bear that in mind. But as we're going through, you can see there's actually quite a lot of variety this time around with the weapon runes, and I think for the glaive, actually especially this time around, we've actually got some pretty decent ones, which is quite nice. Although I am going to be using the pike mainly this season, just kind of learning that and playing with that a lot as we're going through the season. But if you aren't too bothered about playing with the pike, then actually a lot of these runes are going to be, I think, quite good. I think it's quite a nice variety of runes in here for you. These unlocked the same way as well. As you progress through the season and you increase your seasonal level, you will unlock more runes, which I'll show you in just a second. But just going through, showing you all the different ones for the helmets, the armor, the boots, and now the braces as well. They're all very unique. There's a lot of kind of different runes that you're probably going to have to read through and see what best fits your playstyle. Like I said, don't watch this video too much about these runes because some of these may change, so have a proper read through on Thursday when the season drops. Just going to go show you actually the runes, and as you progress you unlock more and more up until level 50. and then you have all of them unlocked. So that's how you unlock them. These are seasonal levels as well, so as you obviously play your matchmaking, your battles, you do your quests, all the rest of it, and you're leveling up your hero and your seasonal level. This is how you unlock all of these runes for the season. I believe that is it to kind of show you. I'm going to just quickly flip through the seasonal store, show you all the different skins that we're going to be getting this season. I really love the short sword one. I love the shield, it's very cool. The glaive one has actually grown on me a fair bit as well. Nothing too special about the glaive, kind of like it. Longsword, I really don't like that shield. I'm glad I'm not a longsword user. Poleaxe, I wouldn't say it's anything special, it's decent enough. The spear, I really like this skin, it's a very cool skin. Nodachi, it's nothing, actually that's quite cool, I hadn't seen this one yet. It's actually quite cool because the blade is pretty chunky. Musket, the longbow, the short bow, the dual blade, and finally the maul. Quite a unique maul this season, I have to say. We have all of the antiques from season 4, so if you missed out on any of these, or actually if you want a different colour variation of these skins, then season 4 is all the ones in the antique store this time around. These blades are the same blades that you acquired from season 7, so don't worry about using up all your blades at the end of this season. Keep them, they will transfer over to season 8, so actually you could have a big head start on some of the skins that you want from this kind of page. Obviously comes with a few different rewards right at the end as well. If you're not interested in any of the skins, I always recommend picking up the unit experience cards. We are going to be getting, or should be getting, a form of the thief raid again this season, so always blast those out for the best unit experience possible. Everything else has kind of been tidied up a little bit, nothing else to really show you on the screen. Hopefully I'm going to be able to actually find a match now, because I'm recording this just as I'm actually trying to find one. So I can show you a little bit of gameplay, but I'm going to end the commentary here. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I hope you enjoyed this one. As always, hit that share button, hit that like button, hit that sub button if you haven't already, and I hope to catch you out on the battlefield.
Bye.